share the memory.
I don't know, where are those who share the memory, Zhongli? Oh right, they're all dead.
Where do you want to go next?
We're not in
If
Liyue!
you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Oh my gosh. Where's my chat? There's my chat. Where's my cord? Was I prepared for stream today? No. Did I just kind of wake up a couple hours ago and then realize it was Saturday? Yeah. Fine. We're fine. No more Osmanthus wine. No more. We're continuing the story. We're exactly where we were. All right, Bennett. Oh, that's so cute. Oh wait, is this the little like punchy thingy? It's the little punchy one they showed in the trailer. Actually, you know what? Let's just go do some dailies real quick. Oh right, we're all the way in Poisson. We're all the way in Poisson. Where are my dailies? They're in Liyue. That's 1, 2. Oh, here's the fun. Here we go. Let's do dailies. Let's burn the Genshin and the resin. And then we'll do the rest of the story. Does Kaching have artifacts on him? Nope. Great. Oh, I don't know what artifact set Kaching uses. Great. Here. We're gonna steal a feather. We're gonna steal a feather from him. We're gonna steal Sayu's feather. That's a defense sans. What the fuck? Yep. Thank you. Sorry, Dory. Is she right? This? Which... Okay. Right? Yeah, it's fine. This is fine. Cool. I mean, it's not like Wanderer isn't gonna do everything, but still. To make me feel better. Please stop rising. Okay. Yeet. Cool.
The Temple of Wisdom. I see everything.
The wind rises.
Well, I forgot Bloom is a hard thing. And we're the last one.
Wretched vermin. Behold.
turtles make some weird fucking noises. No. Not you. You. Really chills are out here, bro. Hi, Virgo that. I got it. I got you. It's the opposite side. I have to go up.
Too slow.
Hey, Smiley.
The wind rises.
I think this is one I could have teleported to. Oh well. That's fine. This is fine. My entire thing fell over. If you hear extra wind somehow, that's because my fan has to be on, 'cause it's really fucking hot today.
Quit following me.
Alright, anyways, the sus location.
Flames! Purge! Squall and fury! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! Ja!
There we go. And then we can just TP back to Virgo that. Whoops. That's not the waypoint, that's the waypoint. You're not the teleport waypoint.
Too slow.
My quest. Yep. Anyways. Now we do the one on Gili Plains. Teleport. There's like a gnat in my room, and it keeps bothering me. Especially when I'm on my computer. Let me just pop this.
The wind rises. Ah! Ha! Ah! 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 Yeah! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Bam. This is what they get for having free like pyro right there, bro. And then the last one.
Squall and fury.
Dang, dang. Oh no, we're wet.
Too slow.
That's fine. I think it's just yeah, it's just a run in me. That one.
Upon the gale.
Don't blink. Hey!
And that takes like longer.
The wind rises.
We're fine. This is fine. We're fine. See? We're fine. Map. Harbor. Liyue really is my favorite region. I've spent so much time here, it just literally feels like home. Anything else I should be making? Let's see. I have bait, I have bait. Not a lot of that bait, but I have a bait. What about you? I have a lot of you. Let's make some bait. dendro ones. Let's make some just in case I ever need them. And I always make a little bit of— oh, these ones take the cores? Hell no. No, sorry, gamer. There's only so far I will go with those. Anyways. Hi, Catherine.
Astra.
Shut up.
Thank you for
I don't know how long it was, but for a really
Add
long
Astra.
time, she did not have that second line when you claimed it. Like, it was there, but it wasn't voiced. And it was just so weird when they actually added it. Because I was very used to not having to hear it. Ah, shite. Recall. Sarah, not Pookie. Didn't have anything baking at the blacksmith. Chop suey. Let me see. I had stuff here though. Yes. Obtain. Nice. Ah, yes, I have everything. You know what that means. You bake the shit out of some Adeptus Temptation, bro. Always need more Adeptus Temptation. Which always means I never have any fucking Golden Crab. Which sucks, because that's the one I use more. Whatever, it's... I'm gonna go for moon pies. I need some moon pies, right? Make some more moon pies. Let's see. Have I? I haven't made this. I don't need to. Action. I should make healing items. Because obviously. Oh, this is so cute! Oh, wait. Oh, shrimp balls. That's right, I do need more shrimp balls. Can I make them? Am I blind? I may be blind. There they are. Need more shrimp balls. Let's see. Make it Jean. There we go. I always use shrimp balls to revive, so... oh wait, I need more flour. Okay, cool. Food. What am I looking for? Can't remember what I was looking for. Onwards. Fish and chips! I love that. That's fun. Then there's the dendro ones. I'm like never gonna use those, but I might as well have them, you know? And we'll give boys some onigiri. And you get an onigiri too. There you go. Cool. Okie dokie. Bring the boys out. Bring the Archon Quest out. Let's go. Alright, goodbye, Leeway. See you next time. Back to Fontaine. We're back in the wet. Holy shit, that's a big ass fish! What the fuck? That's a big ass fish! What the hell? Who caught this fucker? Jeez. Alright, from last we left off.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
From last we left off, Ace Attorney happened. We went through all of the Ace Attorney stuff. We proved Linny and Lynette didn't murder a fool, that he died because a girl was a thief trying to escape from the opera house after she wanted to just go see the show. But she's not from Fontaine, so she didn't become water from the water droplet bullshit, you know? And then we were like, damn, case closed. Let's go hang out with, Navia, get our victory dinner. And then we went to Navia and we're like, sorry, we're not gonna hang out with you anymore, Navia, bye. And so we went back to the opera house. I think we were trying to go see... I almost said Folklore. Farina. Folklore, same thing, but, Farina. Now we went to the fountain. And there was an ocean in the fountain, and the ocean's like, shit, I'm dead. I was turned into water, basically, but I don't know that. I can't remember my name. But I remember this guy who saw me die, and I loved him, and he loves me. But tell him to stop looking for me. And then the ocean's just kind of like, bye, gone. Then there's the epic battle with all the mecha. That was a good cutscene. And then we found out that Navia's dad was basically killed in a duel by Chlorine. By Chlorine. And that the last thing that Navia's dad said to Chlorine was to protect Navia. So he knew he was gonna fucking die in the duel. And that was because he was framed for murder, which he did not commit, which probably the murderer, the actual murderer, was turned to water. So now we're going to talk to the person who was murdered's family. That was it. That's a very short version, but...
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
That kid hates us.
Hey,
That car agrees.
Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
It's
I can
horrible, but
understand
no.
the kind of pain
Wait.
that comes with losing a father.
Oh, okay, we do have a case file. Great.
They're so
Fun.
needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, this kid.
I'm sorry.
A
I
brat.
appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
Oh yeah, that's how we
found
like
out
entered.
About his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly. But Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
That's in the eye of the
Papa
whole
always wanted to be a
beholder.
good man. So why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well,
The world
things
sucks.
aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Nah.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Navia's gonna like cry. They did a good job with voice casting
Thank
her.
you for everything you've told me.
She sounds
I will
just the right
definitely
amount of
find
everything.
the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
Aw, that's sweet.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Testimony from Jacques' family. Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? Alright, where's Florent?
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
You better have gotten yourself together because we're here.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was
Traveler's
that Mr.
face is
Callus's
straight
life
up
was
just
in
staring
danger.
like, I don't
So
believe your
I
shit.
grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Why wouldn't you have like 2 guns on your
About
person?
the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. so he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Too bad there's
So
no
you're
real
saying
forensics.
Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
Those nets are going crazy in the back.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callis's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Information regarding Florent. Florent, the advisor to the Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callis for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callis did not carry a gun with him when he went out. Alright, sus man. Order. Here are the rules. Order. Transport information one place to another, just like how sailors carry goods. Information's like port. Futures, no capital, no profit. Trust me, I got capital spare. Porter won't run little cargo. Okay, you're an information dealer. I'd rather not talk to an information dealer. I feel like I'd be killed. Alright, let's go to Tibet. Let's hopefully not get healed. I'd like to keep my stuff. Hi, Theory. I forgot that that one doesn't transfer you right from the
It's
session.
me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Thank you.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Who hasn't?
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Poisson.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work, it's really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Okay.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, If you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If
sure
I
about
had to
that.
make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Information regarding Theory. Theory is the person responsible for official contact between the Spina di Rusula and the guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex. Alright, Beery. Let's jump off over there. Or maybe not. Okay. Almost fucked it up. Bro, who needs the elevator when I can just walk along the walls? It's so fun to walk around Fontaine, but then I have to remember, like, what fucking, level things are on, and oh shit. I might be dead.
How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
I might be dead.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Thank you,
To
thank you.
beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Wine, you
Paimon
say?
doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Dude, wine moms don't get that drunk.
Apologies.
I say
It's
as
just
I know
how
one.
Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
So
Do
he
you
has
have any new
funds.
thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
One gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All
So
my
he
wealth
has
comes from
money and
Callus's
only heard
patronage
one
and support.
gunshot.
I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
You're sus as fuck, Marcel. Among Us hours. Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie of Cabaret on butchering things, potentially, and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. The Confrérie and the Spina di Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. He only remembers one gunshot, and that don't add up, King. I ain't giving you the benefit of the old fuck you.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jack's motive.
Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family
And would
members,
you mind reading
he
the
already
Genshin
told them that
account?
he had been discovered,
I
and that
don't
he had no
rate
choice
Genshin's
before he left home
accounts.
that day.
Because mine's not the best either. I just really
If I had to
enjoy
guess,
playing.
he probably
And I'm
received an
stupid.
order from the synth
And I have a
boss
very
to kill my
stupid Bennett
father.
build.
Had he refused,
So welcome it.
he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If it was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all. Oh, if I... I can't read. If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Oh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
That's their
Do
fault.
you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Yeah.
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel has the money.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was Florent then.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
Yeah, but Theory doesn't have shit for money
So you're
either.
saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't.
I mean, they all could if they worked together.
Even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was Theory.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
That's why I'm thinking it might be all three of them working
If he
together.
actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Who could it be?
I think... Oh no, we're in deduction zone. Which of these suspects is most likely to have committed the crime? Honestly, I think it's Marcel because of how much fucking money he was. The thing is, though, he also did say... Florent also did say he didn't carry a gun with him. That Callus didn't carry a gun with him because he checked that Callus's gun was still on the table before getting his gun and leaving. Could have been Florent. I don't think Theory has any motive. Because he does. I doubt he actually could convert the mecha. Because that would take a lot of effort, and also, you know, if I'm thinking of a mecha like a gun, you have to, like, file off serial numbers. And that shit's effort. I don't think he could do it. He's also broke. I don't think he could do it. I'm stuck between Florent and Marcel right now. Because Marcel's got the fucking money, right? I'm missing something from the court of Fontaine. If you said the whole gun thing, confusing. Maybe let's pick him, bro. We just consider the incident with the— oh, just with the Gardamex. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's Marcel for the Gardamex, I believe. Sorry.
You know,
I thought we were talking about the murder
if you think
channel.
everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
I'm stupid.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
No.
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He's someone who is very close to you, after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
I can do it. Solo
we need far more
smile.
solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Hi, Theory.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
My boy!
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little
My
too well.
boy!
Well, He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial
He couldn't have done it
disappearances case.
because his bitch ass was
It's
in
absurd,
Liyue
don't
for
you
a
think?
long ass time, and his bitch ass
How?
was in
None of
Zuma
our
for a hot minute
investigations have had
there.
anything to do with
There's no
him.
way this could have done
That's
him.
what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Aramis while I go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner.
Please send me in
Since this
solo.
is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Araneus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Let's go.
Mademoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Hi, Silver. You
Ah,
barely exist.
Hello, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Aww.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Araneus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
They're really making haste, man. Alright, suspect analysis. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who could have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Alright, here we
Now
go.
that Navia has set out for Araneus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Fine with me. I love swimming. Yoinky. Alright. Eh. Need to be hit at once, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. And an Oculus I missed. Oh, never mind. I'm supposed to go this way.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they don't want it to stand out, but I'm sure what we find will be extraordinary.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Oh boy. This is about to be, interesting, huh?
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Mr.
Do you accept the
Tartaglia.
charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
Oh,
Is that
god
right?
damn it, of course he's
In
fighting.
which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
Shut up, you crackhead. You're my favorite.
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
He's always looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
He's so excited to punch people.
No. That's not what I meant.
By the
Alas,
sole
it would
fact of
appear
her
that
actions in this
communication with the
entire Archon
defendant is
quest,
going
I'm pretty sure
poorly.
she's like a healer.
We have made very little progress.
Or
In that
she's like
case, let me
something else.
explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Hi, Navia.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia,
What would
this
the
is
Harbingers
the
want
second
with these
time
people
you've
anyways?
interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Truth.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
I love him so much. He's
Your Honor,
crazy.
is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
He's just like, okay.
Now
Walks
then, Miss
away,
Navia,
just like sharpening a
who
blade.
is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Okie dokie. We're charging Marcel. Because he has money. Alright. Combine information given. Let's go. Everybody, combined.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
This is about to be fun.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I want to go fight
I would
the
like
fucking
to take
crack
everyone
dealers.
back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
There were
If
2
that's enough to make me
gunshots,
a
sir.
suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, Nouvelle.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
That's what Callus looked like, huh? I like how he's just got like the one curl going down part of his face and a fucking eye patch.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Alright, here we go. We're going to talk about here. Loophole. Water.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Alright. Okay. Did not bring a gun with him was... Oh, let's see.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
I think it's this one? No. I think Sky has it going. My brain is empty. Yes,
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true
I didn't know we were
culprit
getting
had
like Ace
already
Attorney Part
considered this
2, but it's not the like
and had sent out
funky
another
case.
assassin.
It's not the case I thought it would be, at least.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Nice. Only fucked up once.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot
Why are
each
we
other
back in
after all.
court? We're here for the second court
Mr.
part,
Marcel, you
where
are the one being
we're
charged
trying
with
to
the crime.
defend
You should provide
And-
a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
We're trying to find out who
But I
killed
think I
Navia's
agree with everything
dad
Navi
for real,
just
for
said.
real.
In fact,
Who
there was
killed
nothing in her
Jacques?
speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
We're trying to solve the
One,
serial
Do you
kidnapping
have the
case.
evidence to back up your claims?
And we think that it's tied to
I'm
Lenny's
afraid
case
not.
and the water
At least
turning
not
into,
at this very moment.
and also the fact of her
If you don't
dad
have
being
any
killed.
evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
Yep.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
I'm surprised Farina's going along with
I
this.
feel like Farina's acting a little differently today.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
True.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a
No one's gonna
defense.
believe you if you say
I
a
thought
person
about
has been
this too,
dissolved.
And the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice.
True.
What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right.
But we would all have been dead by that point.
What good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying
She's right,
silent,
you know.
we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot and restore my father's truth and honor.
Yeah,
back
I don't know
to
why
him.
they thought, you know,
So,
opera. That's
you mean
rude.
to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Navia's like,
Since
shit, I was
that's your
hoping she'd still
testimony,
say that he was
I
trying to
have no more
live.
questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Can we get back to our side where I beat the shit out of people?
What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing.
The gears and the thing in the background just keep throwing me off because they're in like both years sometimes. I'm like, huh?
Intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So
That's
why
true, he
you
was there.
suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
He's
I'm
got all the
used to
money.
it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't
Damn,
try to
Silver.
refute your points
Got
one
him.
by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of
Kind
that,
of,
does
yeah.
a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Can we hurry up to my side real quick? I'm anxious to beat the ever-living
What you can
fuck
say to that?
out of the crack
I know
dealers.
that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade.
Ah,
My business
you're a
only thrived when I received
Snezhnaya.
Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
Nah.
Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life.
Let
But
me
aren't you
go
going
beat
against all
up the
of his
crack
wishes and
dealers.
expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial
Deep cut
disappearances,
song,
and the
deep
people who
big
suffered
betrayal.
tragic ends due to their sense of justice.
It's
Many
great. It
people's
sounds
images
good. I listened to it
flashing
actually
before my
yesterday.
eyes.
You know,
I'm
the
sure
one they put
some
on
are
Twitter with
coming
like the
to those of you in
translation.
the audience as well.
That was really good.
And whose image do you see, Marcel?
I liked it.
Is it a man named Vache?
Vache? There it is.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I like how people
I
were
was
saying they
waiting
were
for you to
girl
say
bossing
that.
him on Twitter, and then there were other people saying that was a really toxic trait. And I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of a funny little thing that Nintendo was like, yep. Oh, finally get to be a Prac Dealers. Yes, let's go. Alright. This is a special domain, so I should actually double check for chests. But, people were also saying, like, damn, this is, like, abusive and mean to Big Man. And I'm like, dude, nobody truly cares about that, because these are fictional characters in a fictional scene. They do not exist. And I think it's just kind of funny that they were like, wow, you're supposed to be our friends, not the Squid Sisters' friends. I mean, it's understandable. They're all close friends, and it's a reasonable thing for them to be hurt by the fact that Big Man went off and did that. This is fine.
Solidified!
The wind knows me. One with wind and cloud, one with nature.
Nice. Ooh, weird looking trippy chuck in here.
The floor is going up!
Well,
is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
alright, let us go. This place looks awesome, by the way.
Thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Oh, this is awesome. There's... Chow and chow. Make sure. Cool. But yeah, oh, reminder to everyone else that Splatfest is in 2 weeks. So we'll have more streams of that.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But
And
this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
next week is Big Run, so my plans for next week are, if I'm feeling okay enough on Wednesday, it's Okami Day, probably for 2 hours. And then if I'm not feeling well enough, maybe it'll be really early on Friday, or I'll do it on Sunday.
Into the wind.
But yeah, and then like, you know, Big Run. So, oh, hey. I fucked up.
Go in! You can run, but you can't hide.
Nice. When I crit, I crit. Let me put my thoughts together in 2 seconds. So, next week, potentially Okami Wednesday, Big Run Saturday. If Okami's not on Wednesday, it'll be on that Sunday. The week after, maybe Okami on Wednesday again. But then, if I'm not feeling like it, then it's definitely just Splatfest weekend that weekend. And then next week, if Hunin's internet holds out, because it didn't hold out yesterday, we'll do the last of Yakuza 5, it should be. We should be able to finish Yakuza 5 in that last 12 hours. Because we hit the finale chapter, and I believe the finale chapter is in 2 or 3 parts. So we should be able to finish it in those 12 hours. So if you haven't watched Hunin Mugen play Yakuza with me hanging out,
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
go check it out on his channel. His Twitch channel, the VODs are up. His YouTube channel has all the VODs. Sometimes duplicates. I've told him about it, that he's dumb, but he just doesn't notice it. Yeah, and then also this upcoming week, once I get the time, we will have the previous Splatfest VODs up. This is just so cool. It's sick as hell in here.
Solidify!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature.
This is order. Stabilize.
I didn't need the extra shield. That's okay. Alright, let's be up cracked ears. Or at least destroy the factory.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Am I in detective-y mode? I am indeed. Alright.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Hmm. There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Probably belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
The missing person's possessions. You discovered objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who owned them within the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This must be proof that this was their final stop. Okay. Fine. Alright. Bottles.
Whoa. There's so much synth here.
Hold on.
And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
Well, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to just go run and grab something real quick. Right. There's so many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Right, I forgot to put auto back on.
Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Well, this definitely proves that this is where they produce synths.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Synth, a popular potion circulating quite widely. My bad. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade. Okay, and it's my bag. Here. There we go.
Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case. All proof and no motive. If Paimon was Jacques, Paimon would probably help whoever Paimon finds more trustworthy. Someone like the Traveler. Paimon doesn't feel like he was lying to us. He seems good friends with Navia. Could he really be the culprit? Navia called him Uncle. So it couldn't have been him, right? How could it be? He's so close to her. Has he been deceiving her all this time? Paimon's gonna give it an ugly nickname like... Bad Water.
bad water instead of super nasty pop.
The more Paimon looks, the sadder Paimon gets. These were all girls with their own hopes and dreams. Who would have imagined that people could really turn into water?
Alright, there are 3 more things to find here. So that's one. This is probably the actual primordial water. Oh shit, there's a lot here. Cool. Bookshelf. Let's start with this bookshelf.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Hello, Minto. How are you doing? I was drinking some water. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm playing Genshin Story. If you haven't gotten through the Fontaine story quest, the Archon Quest, spoilers. It's probably related to his and Jack's case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to
Plenty of rest and food, I hope. I
of the
am
lack
getting nice amounts of rest now. I had some mild heat stroke the other day because it was way too hot out. And I spent a little time recovering. And so now I'm doing okay. I'm less dead than when I was streaming before. My brain just turned off for a second. So I'm probably doing okay. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Oh shit.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
That's good. They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
Well, I've got to find the shit to give to Navia. I'm surprised I haven't had a heat stroke, because my body makes a lot more body heat than any normal person. I mean, it's not really how much body heat you make, it's how much heat you're under when you're outside, and that you don't, like, get to cool down and hydrate enough. Because, I was running around too much, and I didn't have any water on me. So I definitely didn't get to cool down either, because I was running around outside, actually running a little bit. And so that's why I was getting some... I wouldn't say it's full-on heat stroke, because I didn't have to, like, lay down with a cold towel on my head, like when I actually got heat stroke. So I was saying it was just mild, because I had a really bad migraine. And I just, like, chugged water as if I was gonna die. Alright, Callus's investigation report. Clues concerning the Callus case that were found inside the bookshelf. The mastermind did not believe that Jack would do the deed, and thus sent a third party to ensure Callus's death. The content that followed also defined the culprit's motive to some extent. Good. That's exactly what we need. Okay, the pool. And this thing. We'll try the examination table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research.
Yes, it does. That's an alchemy thingy.
Number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions
Stop.
on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
You can suck my left nut. You are telling me that Abyss bastard was the one who did this? The one who started this shit? Oh my god. Seymour! Seymour, come back! Seymour, we're gonna beat his ass!
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh my god. Or Paimon. Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
We saw it happen in front of our eyes.
Something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone. You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Viniger, who was dissolved. Wasn't her name Marianne? Huh. When I played when it came out, I don't remember there being so much voice talking. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that's how the Archon quests go. It's just all plot. It's all plot with a little bit of gameplay.
Really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over?
No.
That's just insane!
There's another name here, Vasher. There he is. Bitch ass Vasher.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher. I had to put the nut sound, yeah, just for fun.
Vasher is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yeah, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Vinier.
So that's it! Vasher
It's French. If I pronounce something wrong, it's all just fucking... There's no hard consonants in French. It's all vowels. So if I fuck up, it's because I can't tell where the vowel is.
If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Vasher's experimental records. By the way, I played this on my own time. I didn't play this on stream. Was the world quest when you go to the Milanese village. There's this little one you meet. She's getting attacked by some guys who want to like steal her paintings, and they want to like pay her for it, but she thinks that's stealing because she doesn't want to give them away. She doesn't care for Mora. The Milanese don't care for Mora. They don't use it as a currency. And so after saving her, she's just like, thank you for saving me. How about I make a painting for you as a thank you gift? So you go down to the Milanese village. You meet all the other Milanese. You go off with her. She's like, oh, I need paints. And this is my dog, Seymour. It's like a robot dog. And then you go off with her. You help her get the paints, which are like weird rocks. What happened after that? We came back. We found those assholes were ransacking her house. And so we beat the shit out of them, and Seymour like activated and started like beating the shit out of them with us, but kind of really over fucking powered, so I didn't need Seymour's help. But then it was found out that the area where the Milanese live, that whole entire island, is a dead body of a giant fucking creature named Aranes, I believe that was. And that giant creature is the quote-unquote like father of all the Milanese, because they were all born from his blood, which are the weird rocks we were crushing up for paint. And that the creeper benefactor who was telling our Milanese friend that her art was amazing and was trying to like, you know, pay her for it, was actually this guy named Jacob something. That one we mentioned earlier that I was like, suck my nuts. And so obviously he's trying to revive the giant creature that's dead there. But the creature doesn't want to be alive anymore because it realized that it was causing a lot of pain and suffering to other people. And so, we stopped it. We found out that that guy is definitely from the fucking Abyss. Even though he doesn't consider himself with the Abyss. And that he hates Seymour, the robot dog, for not being able to protect a girl named Mary Ann. Jacob Ingold, right there in front of my face. Why can't I read? And so we chased him off. Seymour was like, I need to fix my memory cores and stuff. So we need to go find this... Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It started with an N. It was like kind of a German word. Navicus or something. I can't remember. I accidentally went into the next part when I was just grabbing the waypoints. And it was basically just this cool area where, oh wait, no, it was after we beat the shit out of Virgil. So Virgil's a dick. You'll find out Virgil at another point. He's not important at all. And we found this one area. I was actually doing it with Eddie. It's really funny. Have a nice BRB, Nito. I was doing it with Eddie, and he was helping me, like, find that area. I walked up to the book where I was supposed to go for the world quest for that, and I just interacted on it because he was like, oh, there's an Oculus up here. I was like, okay, I'll be there in a sec. And I teleported there. I just, like, yelled. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Where'd I go? And he's like, where'd you go? I can't find you. And so, then we talked to Seymour. Seymour's just like, okay, this is a safe place where I can restore my memory cores. And now he's waiting there. So at some point in the future, we'll go back to talk to him. And he'll have his memory stuff fixed. And then once his memory is fixed, we'll bring him back to the Melanie's girl. And then we'll try to find his actual owner, Mary Ann. But I assume Mary Ann was this Oceanid that was, gooified. That we saw earlier in the Archon Quest. But yeah, I played a lot of Fontaine off stream when it first came out because I wanted to avoid the story, but I wanted to get all the waypoints. Because I like having all the waypoints. Genshin WoW. Alright. And Vasher was mentioned with the Oceanid from last time. With the plot. Okay, let's see. Vasher's experimental records. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure and no individual managed to resurface from the water of the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. There are many more records like these. That's a very as quick as I can kind of summary of what happened in those world quests. If you didn't play those world quests, or you were planning to play those world quests, well, there's a quick rundown of it that's really broad and poorly done, and I think I got a couple things out of order.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water!
This must be the water from the primordial sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth! And that special water is the main ingredient! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human!
What's kind of fucky is this primordial water goes like up. Primordial seawater pool. The pool found within the HQ is filled with water from the primordial sea. The mastermind can use this to create synth and is directly used to dissolve people.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But...
who really is this Vasher?
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever. But maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
We're switching back to the opera house, aren't we? Oh, no, we're not, thank God. Look for clues related to Vasher. Well, the pool. According to the records, Vasher didn't care how many victims he had to solve. On his quest to bring his lover back to life, there's nothing to Vasher's true identity. Bottles full of synth and water from Primordial Sea is used as evidence to prove this place was formed. Nothing particularly noteworthy. Miscellaneous objects seems to be it.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure. Ugh. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Wow. Paimon, I found it.
Oh, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Ah, yes, I can definitely read Genshin Impact text. This one up here, like in the top right, kind of looks like Lildo.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was... Marcel.
Oh my god.
But Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. Shut up, Paimon. I don't care if you haven't figured it out. Vinier's notebook. A notebook belonging to a lady named Vinier. She records many stories of her time with her and her lover, Vacher. In one of these pages, she premiered many names for their future child, and the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, you run the fuck back to the Opera Epiclese, where we can continue our Ace Attorney adventures.
Do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
You hold this court in an opera house, Nouvellette.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vacher. The notebook.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Huh?
Damn, they had Sarah Villacruz voice something. Holy shit.
Your lair. We already know everything. After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense.
Haha.
Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
How the hell did she have the primordial water in the first place?
No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
They're oceanites now, you
only
fuck.
have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
Damn.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve!
Damn.
Do you all see? I can't go, I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Not when he has the water near him, you freaks.
Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignier. A promise. We made a promise. Vignier. Vignier.
And the oceanite comes bursting forward.
Yeah. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
Why hasn't the traveler
At this
said
point, the
what
verdict of this
Vignier
trial
told
is clear.
him?
With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Wow.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Whoosh.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is Guilty.
Guards! Take Vache away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Pumped up Kig's asses.
He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia's not happy with it.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
This is way shorter than the last case.
Day our late
True.
boss had always hoped for
Thankfully.
has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys.
This still has
And
not
my
provided the
partner.
scene I'm looking for from the trailer.
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been
Griffin
served,
Birds is
past
hilarious.
wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to, so if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
I'm a Fatui
According to
Harbinger.
court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
It'd be funny if he literally leaped from down there to up there, because we
Through
definitely know he
evidence
could,
presented in the
but...
public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
This is what you get for having a robot do shit.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr.
Take 10 more
Tartaglia
years to do this
is
shit.
guilty.
That ain't real, Chief.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do
No.
you think the Oratrice might have just
But
convicted him on general
listen,
principle?
he's my favorite
Weren't the charges
crackhead.
about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Child has just been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on
The
here?
judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the
See,
court.
this is why you don't have
We
the
must
robot be the
accept
final
the guilty
verdict, you
verdict.
dumb bitches.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
This ain't real, Chief. Oh, here's the animated cutscene part that I was looking for. Yeah, cause see, we do it.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Uh-oh, delusion child. Walk away now. I love delusion child. Alright, I'll be honest. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yup, it's the cool one.
He's activating his spell legacy!
Whoa.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh! Oh! Oh my god!
Monsieur Nouvelette, what's going on? She may have been.
That was I think that was one of the best animated cutscenes I've seen come out of Genshin ever.
This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Even if the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either! Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
In 10 years, we'll leave this area we're
She
looking for.
says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Are these really humans?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
Are these really human beings? Like, none of them have any extra skepticism to the fact of, oh, one thing was wrong. Well, that's okay. It's just one thing was wrong. So out of their 100% accuracy, it's now changed to like what? 95? I believe 95% accuracy? Like, y'all. These guys really are just the epitome of current society and the TikTok thought process where it's just like everything presented to me has to be true, and if it isn't, it's not real. Or like, you know, the thought process of how all of our minds are degraded by the swiping away of every like 5-second clip we just keep watching a million times. Like, Jesus.
Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
Yeah, Farina's just a stupid fucking pop influencer.
Now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
Farina, you're fucking annoying.
Of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable!
Yeah.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
I just want to get done with this to see the actual her and stop dealing with this stupid shit.
Although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
I love Nouvelette.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
A fucking course thought. She's just an influencer.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect,
Welcome back.
we will do our utmost to clear his name.
So Child was charged as guilty, even though he did literally nothing wrong, and Marcel is actually Varche, who did everything wrong.
He's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
That was awkwardly close to people like, whoa, hello, sir. From one dragon to another.
Monsieur Neuvillette, that power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
Oh yeah, by the way, Child was like, fuck you, I ain't guilty. So he pulled out, obviously, because we have his vision. He pulled out his delusion and almost brought out the entirety of Foul Legacy. You know, his final form from the third fight of fighting him, right? It's really easy to defeat in actual weekly bosses, but no one really notices. But he almost did that, like, in lore. So, you know, he almost killed everything. The Neuvillette swooped the fuck down and beat his ass over, like, a quick second in, like, this cool explosion. And, so now he's in custody. Now Child is in custody. It was great. That was, like, one of the best animated cutscenes.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
The fuck you want, guilty?
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Call him Vache like he deserves it.
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
The Neuvillette just wanders out. Meanders out. Alright, whatever.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
The ocean and the fountain over there. You should go take a look.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fountain of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
When I played Genshin, for some reason, I didn't really like playing any character but the main
serial
character.
Killers get to make requests like that?
Love my team that I constantly play, because they're like all my favorite characters, and also they work really well together.
Request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course!
I actually don't really like playing as my Traveler, because the Traveler typically sucks, except I think Dendro Traveler is supposed to be busted, and Hydro Traveler is a little busted, but...
Very well. I will grant your request.
Yeah, you're not human, Neuvillette. You can't give me that shit. I saw someone make fan art.
You do not need to worry about any escape.
I'll real quick tangent this. I saw someone make fan art of Neuvillette and Zhongli, both as their dragon forms. And I was just kind of thinking, I was just like, oh yeah. Ikemen voice with, you know, like, tall hawk-eyed character who's like, you know, dragoness kind of a thing. And now I'm just like, never mind. No, you know what? Neuvillette isn't human. There's no way to fucking out. Also, where the fuck's his vision?
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I do have a friend who does like only playing with the Traveler on their team. And I didn't do her a disservice. She's 80, ascended to 90. I just keep forgetting to level her. She has no artifacts, and she only has the black sword. And whoops, I don't have any Hydrocons because I haven't dropped my Oculi off in a while. But yeah, these are my favorite boys. Zhongli and Child were the two reasons I got into Genshin. You can thank the fan community for that. Kazuha and Venti are my two favorite animo characters, with these two dumbasses joining them along the way. And then obviously favorite Geo character is Zhongli, and second is Albedo. But I think actually my favorite Hydro character is not actually Child, it's Hayato. I love Hayato. He's so pretty. He's so pretty, and then he's also an idiot who can't cook. And then, like, oh, man, he's great. I only have a few hours because I got boring playing around. That's why I started off playing. One of my friends has a day one account, and he's been playing literally since day one. And so at first I was like, hey bro, you gotta carry me, right? Because this game is co-op, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, where do I get co-op? And he was like, oh, you have to get through part of the... I think you need to be like AR-15 or something, and then you get co-op. And I was like, okay, I can grind that. And then I grinded the shit out of it. And I immediately just kind of fell in love with the story itself. And I was like, aw shit, Venti's my bitch. He's my favorite now. Venti's my favorite Archon. That's why I was so glad to beat the ever-living tar out of Senora and then kill her. I dealt the final blow with Venti. I'm proud of that. But yeah, I fell in love with it on my own after starting it with my friends. And that's why I just keep playing it too. Also, I really love Keith Silverstein. He voices Zhongli. And I've always really liked him because he also has voiced other characters. Like, the thing I first thought of when I kept hearing him was Hawkmoth. Hawkmoth from Miraculous Ladybug is also voiced by Keith Silverstein. And it's, it's funny. At co-op, I had no one to play with most of the time. You can play sometime. I'd be okay with— well, actually, no, wait. There's a glitch going around with Pave, and I'm not opening to co-op with random people yet. We can play sometime after that glitch is fixed, though. And because I don't trust anything with that, seeing what it does, I don't trust anything. But if that's fixed and I hear about it being fixed, then yeah, we could play sometime, Unito. It'd be cool. I can carry you if you want. I have very strong men. Lots, wrong button. Lots of very strong guys. And a couple of really strong ladies. Actually, yeah, it's just— the guys are just really powerful. The ladies don't really do much. Best healer in the game. Another good healer. Don't use, one of the best supports. Don't use, one of the best supports. A good healer. A very good healer, and she's precious. But yeah. A random person simply talked about and started from certain we see it. We talked a couple times.
Is this the place?
We'll see.
You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the Primordial Sea. Yeah, whoops, I drank that shit mixed with a soda. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Didn't you just fucking chug a whole bottle?
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you!
He jumps in the fountain.
Wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
That's some gamer substance.
Is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Where the fuck are we?
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignere,
That's an ocean.
you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
Aww.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Damn.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
Damn, one-sided.
If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
Are you just coping, or are you actually being mean right now, hon?
Because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignere. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignere. I am the sacrifices.
Oh, shit.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignere.
Why? But then, where is Vignere?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Wrecked. Damn.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Oh my god.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Shit, man, lock him up. If we get to see Worcestershire sauce, I want to see that.
Vignere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Looks like I didn't meet Vignere back then. Must have wanted to lure Marcel here from the very beginning. Whoops.
No! Yeah. She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please. Have mercy.
Oof.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
Oh.
But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Oh shit, are we about to fight an ocean?
Vache! 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 Drown.
Damn. Yeah, I finally made it here. I did. Ooh. Sheesh. Wait, let me... Oh, damn. I got through the last couple words. I had to look down. Oh, no. I like how in the nation of Hydro, no one brings an umbrella.
Gosh.
Alrighty, I'm here at the end.
It's been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. My legs are killing me.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Bitch slapped. Yeah, you did. You missed by a few minutes.
Hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to
Wait, is it that Permanence Penguin back there?
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen.
Fun.
Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come.
Oh, that's
this
nice.
time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
Aww.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish
Bacon,
of
bacon.
Demoiselle
That's a sad
all along.
life. I apologize. I love bacon.
Blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turn out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more
Caffeine,
accurate to
gamer
say I knew
subs.
she would be
Let's
there.
go. He's got
And
his
there was
gamer
no way
subs.
she'd just let me go.
I'm thinking of getting a non-caffeinated one so I can still drink it.
Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer.
I love Charlotte. She's
I believe
cute.
the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
Nice,
To be fair,
nice.
though,
What flavor
it was
did you
a
get,
really
Mito?
flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Well, what flavor of non-caffeinated gamer subs, though?
About that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Thanks, Navia.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Lesbians.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vaché's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh,
It was free samples, so I didn't choose. It was mango melon and titty milk. Oh, nice. I gave my free samples to my friend because I wasn't drinking any caffeine
now that the
rightly,
case
because I
has
don't need it to
finally
stay
been
awake
solved,
anymore.
Perhaps
It just gives me too much anxiety now.
Fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
Pepin. I thought she was French.
I should pay a visit to my father's grave.
Yeah, I'm lesbian.
And
I
tell
thought
him
you
the
were
truth of
American.
what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
We'll reach Poisson before dark.
you're right.
I have the power
It's
of
been
God and
raining
anime on
nonstop
my
for a few days
side.
now.
I literally put my hands on my keyboard as if I was about to like teleport myself, but then they did it for me. I moved to Canada, Vancouver.
This is where my
I visited
father's grave
Toronto
is.
before. Toronto was cool.
To be perfectly honest,
Even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh?
Am I gonna have to put another
There's someone
marked
there already.
grave?
Wait. That figure. It can't be.
Is it chlorine?
Isn't that Neuvillette?
Oh,
Why
damn
would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Neuvillette.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
You're British.
I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize.
Thanks.
I wanted to show my father how
What
much
ungodly
I've grown,
hour is it for you right
but
now?
Still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
Oh, I love Neuvillette.
You really could
He's
use
such a
some
great
pointers
guy.
on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
10:40
There was
PM.
once a time when I didn't
That's
want to
nice.
believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life
It's
itself.
We're in France, Eddie. France. Hold on. Something's coming to my head. And I can't remember if this is Genshin or if I'm thinking of Okami and like my wires are getting twisted. Didn't they say there was another like ancient sea dragon? Eddie, can you fact check me? Was there a ancient sea dragon in fucking Genshin, or am I crazy? Neuvillette is sad. I know he's sad, that's why it needs to rain. Dramatic effect, we're all sad. The dad is dead. Because, like, I really feel like they said at some point, they mentioned that there was, like, an ancient sea dragon. It wouldn't have been on stream, it would have been off stream, I'm pretty sure. From, like, world quests and stuff. Ooh. Sile? Or Hyson? And or... Hyson? I meant, like, specifically in Fontaine. So I feel like... You know, I can't, like, I don't have hands. I can't just, like, point at him and be like, him? You know? But, doesn't it feel a little bit like he's, very not a human? And he's just trying to learn humanity and stuff? That's why he's on land as a person?
Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider
I can
certain
stop
things
crying
to
a
be
bit,
more
yeah.
important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr.
Also,
Callis
his
proved
ears
me
are pointed.
and decisively
And he has
wrong.
those weird things coming
If
out of
not
his
for his
hair
sacrifice,
that remind me of
the
fucking,
serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr.
oh,
Callis
word.
made the choice he
Adeptus.
did for his
Adepti
daughter,
shit, you know?
for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner.
I just need next
Regret has
update.
filled me with a sadness
I just
that
need
has
to get
haunted
him.
me for days.
Please? Please?
That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh?
Yeah, he's just a big
That reminds me of
softie.
Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Yeah.
Didn't I just say you don't need to
More like
apologize?
to the village for primos. Yeah.
So Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
See, look, he unsaid it and now it's sunny.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
We're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Wow, she took it seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
He's just standing there, menacingly. Nah, we're gonna talk to Navia for a second. We're gonna see what she says. Hi, Navia.
Paimon's really sorry, Navia, but Paimon did something pretty disrespectful just now.
What are you saying, Paimon? I don't think I get it.
Well, aren't you not supposed to fly around someone's grave?
Huh? Who told you that?
Hey, Traveler! Why did you mess with Paimon again?
Because it's fun to mess with our friends sometimes. I love Paimon dearly. I just like messing with her sometimes. This is definitely the end. He's gonna give me like 5 options, stuff to talk with him.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Just claim something, not sure what. Oh yeah, I have drops enabled on the stream, so if you watch and you have a link to Genshin account, it'll send, I believe it gives you Mora XP and Artifact XP and some free modes if you watch, I think for 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, it's definitely the end. It's definitely the end, which means that that's why we're going to prison. That's why we're gonna go see Worcester Sauce next part, is because we need to bust Child out. Which also means that I get to see more of Child. Happy. About water from the Primordial Sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
True. But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a
then you're missing out on some
truly
freebies
ancient
then.
Age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there
the Abyss.
anything else you'd like to ask me about?
It's 100% the Abyss is contaminated, the primordial water. About that prophecy that we kept hearing at the beginning that made no sense into the rest of the game.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat.
Wow, she's not useless?
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Tried to contact it, but it's not in English, so I don't know what to click on. I think... what it'll do is when it sends you the stuff, it'll be in Chinese, which is kind of funny. But, it's just giving you the items saying that you watched it on Twitch, I believe. But I don't remember how to connect it. When they first started running these, I think they were like last year or something, they started running them. And then I was just like, oh cool, and I just like clicked a button. You can always, if you have a separate tab open, you can like copy the text and then go to Google Translate and put it in, and you'll get like a rough idea of what it's trying to say. Save the Dendro Archon from her people, now we gotta save the Archon from the previous Archon. We kind of saved the Archon of the previous Archon for Dendro though, didn't we? Just a little bit. Well, we saved the previous Archon from the current Archon with Dendro. Oopsies. And then we got rid of cancer. Alright, about my favorite boy.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Be nice!
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
My phone,
For many
that will
years,
take
I
too
have
long.
been quite
Next time
aware
on my
that
laptop.
the
Yeah, do it
Oratrice
next
does
time
not
on your
simply
laptop.
mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
That's probably why.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe
He tried
that
to
the
destroy
Oratrice
Liyue.
does have
Shut
a methodology all
up.
its own.
Okay, listen. He didn't actually get through any of the plans.
Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any
he
idea
didn't
what was
achieve
going
anything
on.
in Liyue because that
She
was all
managed to
Signora
bluff her
setting
way
it up
through,
behind
though.
him.
The time-tested
Suck my
twin
nut,
tricks
you
of
hater.
bravado and drama.
Like, he didn't accomplish anything what he was supposed to do, which was to get the fucking Gnosis, right? He was supposed to do that, but then, nah. Signora had everything else already planned out, and then she fucking dies in Inazuma, and it's kind of funny as hell. That's another reason why I wanted to beat the shit out of her if she convinced fucking Zhongli to be in that contract. Yeah, but guess what? We're gonna be behind another Gnosis again after this. Isn't that great?
While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
That's fine.
If we did
He'll cause prison
incorrectly
fights, it'll be
convict him
funny.
of crimes he did not commit, We will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
He has the Northland Bank. He doesn't need money.
The only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
She is correct.
There anything else you'd like to ask me about?
No. Oh wait, yeah, there is. You know, the big main one point. Yeah. Let me scooch my head back a little and see if you can see it. Yeah. This is the main point we're supposed to be asking about, but my stupid ass didn't ask about it sooner. You know, about my sibling.
Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
No, that's a gamer. I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
I think it's funny how the princess name translates to something feet. What?
Paimon thought you only
The palace
came
of
here to pay your
Meropide?
respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Yeah. And that's it. Oh shit, it gave me a con for doing the fucking quest? Really? Alright, but that's all of those. This is it! This is the German word. I'm not gonna try and say that. Doesn't cruise. Yeah, I haven't done the Honorana stuff. Smile, not gonna do it right now. Head means foot, like biped. Translate the full word, not just the half part. You can't really just say another nation, another Catherine like that, especially when we saw, you know, last one, you know, he fucking stabbed. I don't know the other half, then go look it up. Dingus. You have the power of the internet. I have a key, don't I? I do indeed. We can now unlock Linny's. Let's do it. We're not doing Yomiya's part 2 yet, Lamau. Because you need to fucking finish the Honorana quest, and I ain't doing that shit right now. That's definitely gonna be on my own time, skipping through a lot of dialogue. I do not care about Dea. No, I'm getting ready for work. Well then suck my nut. Look it up when you're on your break or something. There are still more quests being unlocked. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna get my rewards for completing story stuff. I'm really glad they added this. This is a really nice feature. So that's gonna be all for today. Actually, wait, I'm gonna switch off. No Osmanthus whining while I'm saying goodbye. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a great time, whether day or night. So Twitter is still Skies Vintage. Still go check it out. I do things like... I'm not gonna physically tweet out because there's only gonna be 2 streams like next week. But, it'll be... I'll tweet out if I can't stream on Wednesday, but I'll put it in the little, little calendar thing I have below me. I'll put it in, and then definitely Big Run on Saturday. That'll be a thing. I still have an archive YouTube. It's still linked in the description.
Wonderful.
You can still go check it
Surely
out
enough
for
to
high-quality
convince
VODs, the
anyone to
streams,
become a
because the stream got crusty at some point, and you're like, damn, I didn't see that really cool fucking shot of Nouvelle punching the shit out of Child, and I really wanted to see that in higher quality. Well, you'll get to see it in a couple weeks. And I need to figure out someone to raid. Let's see. But yeah, that's really fun. I'm really glad with, my brain just turned off. With how this Archon Quest has gone. It's been really nice. I really liked it. But I was definitely right to stop in the middle last time. I accidentally clicked something. I was really right to stop in the middle last time because that was a total of what? Yeah, almost 7.5 hours. That's... Wait, no, that's 8 hours because I got to 5 hours and 40 last time. That was an 8-hour Archon Quest. Holy shit. I think I stopped. Who do I have?
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade.
Let's go
It is the last
to the
link
new
I have to the
hip
land
and
of my
cool
birth.
thing. I have to spell. Nope, I can't spell. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go see Shaderu VT. Really, I just randomly found. I randomly found him one time, and I thought he was cool. He's chill, and he's playing Armored Core. Armored Core, that new game that everyone has been hugely hyping up, and I don't know a single thing about. Yeah. Oh, that's true. We do have a community swerve war. The community swerve war is real. Okay, we have a community swerve war now. It's linked in my profile too if you're astute. You can come hang out. It's with me, Lacuna Lane, Taisho Joe, Mono the Maw, and my friend Kitty Jr. We're all together. We all just decided to shove our communities together in a pot. And we're gonna do that. And you can hang out with us then. The link's in my Twitch profile. I don't have it on hand with me. Yeah. Yeah, it should just be right there with the archive YouTube and my Twitter. But yeah, so it is a star raid. So come along, let's say hi to our pretty cool VTuber. And I will see y'all for sure next Saturday. Alright, bye-bye! Bye-bye!